All right. Hey guys, welcome to Thursday night. I'm used to saying our Monday night huddle, but welcome to our Thursday night meeting. I'm super excited to have one of our amazing uplines. Do you guys hear Izzy? You can bring him in, babe. You can bring him in. Welcome to our meeting tonight. I'm super excited to have one of our Diamond Sapphire uplines. Izzy wanted to make an appearance. Jenn Hawkins. See Izzy, guys? He just wanted to say hi to my Plexus girl. Okay, and he's over it. It's okay. So excited to hear from her tonight and just hear her story and her heart. Because actually Jenn is like one of the first Diamond documentaries I ever watched, and I really was able to relate to, sorry guys, to how down to earth your story was. And that's one of the main things that I really took away from it. And just over the years, just seeing your family obviously be extremely blessed for this opportunity, but how you've maintained like a really balanced, in my eyes, a healthy family life work balance. So that's something I really have loved about watching your journey, is it seems like, you've been able to keep those priorities, which is hard for a lot of us, to balance when you haven't really been a business owner before. So without further ado, and I think I'm your level 4, Jenn. I think you're like our great grandma or something. So I'm under Zach. Yeah, I'm under Zach. So
okay, so yeah, you'd be my 4.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much, Jenn, and I'm gonna mute myself and probably go grab Izzy to nurse and bring him in here.
Oh, sure. Take your time. Well, I'm excited to be on with you guys tonight. Thank you, Amber, for asking me and some flexibility with our scheduling. So I really appreciate that. I had to go to corporate, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about that visit as well. But for those of you who don't know me or haven't heard me tell my story, I'll tell you quickly a little bit about my Plexus journey. I'm getting kind of like allergies or something, so you'll have to just bear with me. I don't know, just came on like in the last 2 hours. So, and I'm kind of like nasally. I'm like, oh, more nasal than normal. But I am actually coming up on my 5-year anniversary with Plexus in May of 2012, and I was not interested in the business to start. Just wanted to lose baby weight after my oldest daughter. She's now almost 6, and that was it. I just was like, I needed something healthy to help me lose that last bit of weight. But my husband tells me that I needed to make enough to cover the cost of my products if I'm going to be taking these long term. So as soon as I knew that I loved the products, which was about a whopping 3 weeks in, I mean, maybe not even that long. I think like day 1, first day I hadn't had a Diet Dr. Pepper in years, was my first day on Plexus. So I knew something was up. But 3 weeks in, I was ready to share. I'd lost 10 pounds, and I started sharing. And when that first paycheck came, it was just about $500. And that was when everything changed for us in our heads. And we thought, this could be it. This could be the way that I be a stay-at-home mom. And we weren't even thinking that this would be what it has been for us. We were just thinking that this can be that supplemental income that we need to not send our kids to daycare. We wanted to have more children. Now we have 3. And so we were super excited and was going for it. And so that was it'd be 5 years ago this summer, and I was able to quit my job in January of 2013. So I could have quit my job a little bit earlier, but I stayed through the holidays, quit in January, and that was about 7 months in, had gone gold in December. Heather Burke, your upline, joined that New Year's Eve of 2012 going into 2013. So I had gone gold, and then Heather Burke joined. And so it was definitely a heavy lift to gold. And I know many of you feel that way. Jessica Heffley says going gold is trying to keep frogs in a barrel. And I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like you get there and then you lose some, and then you're like, they're hopping out all while you're trying to add them back in. So I definitely went through that, and then had some momentum that spring. Celeste joined in March as well, and that was crazy momentum. And just to fast forward you to the next January, we paid off $50,000 of student loans, just like that, one payment. And then fast forward another year, February of January 2014, we paid off our student loans. February of 2015, my husband could see that focusing on our small children and this business, this is where our legacy was going to come from, was the difference we could make through this business and the income that we were making. And then of course our children that we would be leaving behind and pouring into. So he walked away from his job so that we could focus on our kids and this business together. And so and now we're here. We moved from Colorado to Tennessee, just built our dream home. It's still so new. I'm going to turn around my computer and you can see, like, I just unpacked like more boxes today. I mean, it's like crazy. Like, it's not even like close to settled. So it's really new. But we're so thankful and so blessed to be here and to have such an amazing team that are just, again, to quote Jessica Heffley, just difference makers out there in the world. And I know that that's you too. So that's sort of it. I think Amber wanted me to tell my short story. She's probably like, Jen, wrap it up. Not so short. But I'd love to tell you guys a little bit about my visit to corporate and some of the conversations I had with those girls, and kind of and hearing from them. So if you're up for that, then that's what I'd like to talk about tonight. Okay. So Nikki Hinkle is in your upline, and she's also on the Rank Up Roadmap team. So we went to corporate to work with Sarah Bjorgard, who is now the corporate lead in executing Rank Up Roadmap. And so what we have out there for, like, basically the Super Saturday training that is very close to our Rank Up Roadmap Ambassador to Silver training is out there. What we have planned is way more robust, way more interactive, super cool. I don't know if you were at Super Saturday, you heard about our paces, that when someone joins, they're able to pick the pace that they want to work this business. Maybe they want to make enough to cover their products, or maybe they're all in and they want to go all the way. We want Rank Up Roadmap to meet them where they are, especially in the beginning. So we have some cool things that will come out to the ambassador right when they join. A fun thing that will happen that, like, 24 to 48 hours, probably not even 48 hours after that initial email, we want them to get a Fast Start Gold email. Like, what is Fast Start Gold? How do you achieve it? Like, how many of you would maybe have gone for it if you even knew what mock points were? Most people are like, well, that's impossible. I can't get 20 people with 100 PV over their welcome pack. That's bananas. I can't do that. Tristan says I would have hit it. Yeah, like mock points. And so we want to tell people how it's possible. So things like that. And this is going to be such a cool thing. I know you probably heard about it at Super Saturday. And you're like, well, when is it coming out? Well, you're going to have to wait for a little bit of corporate communication on when. But just to kind of sum it up, we don't have a platform that can hold this right now the way we want it. So we could put it out there very basic, but we don't want to lose that lackluster where if it's not great, people will be like, wah, wah, and not use it, because it's going to be such a fabulous tool. So, and I think we're all in agreement. We don't want to use info tracks to put this out there. So in talking to corporate, they said, well, if we made this and went really quick to get Rank Up Roadmap out there, it would delay our back office, because all the new back office, all hands are on deck focusing on this new back office. So we're like, no, let's get this back office and we'll get ourselves a home. So we're going to be continuing to get this content ready for you, but the Ambassador to Silver content is pretty much there with the Super Saturday content. So you can still funnel your ambassadors to there to start. But it's going to be really cool, you guys. It's going to be turnkey. It's not going to let us off the hook on training, not by any means. But for people who are like, what's your training system? How do you duplicate? How do you get people plugged in? This is going to be the answer to all of that. We're not going to have to spend our time working on training systems. This is going to be that. And it truly is a collaboration of these amazing, brilliant, you should be so proud of Nikki, your upline. She's brilliant and has had so many things to offer. Her fingerprint is in Rank Up Roadmap, so you should be proud of her that you're in her downline. So it's going to be amazing. So we want it to be right, not right now, and it's going to be worth it. So you're going to love it. Okay, so what else from corporate? I mean, I can't tell you specifics because a lot of it's just sort of ideas, but Alec and Sarah Bjorgard were super eager to hear what myself and the team, what we had to say, what we had to offer, and they're super excited about some of the ideas. They're sharing with us new ways that they want to communicate from corporate to the field. That's going to be stepping up a notch. What else do I have here? Always working on new and exciting products, like the best of the best. Super exciting things happening with products for Plexus. Let's see. I think that's, you guys, it's just, hold on. 2017 is going to be awesome, and 2018 is going to be even better because we're going to have all of these things ready to rock. So we're pioneers. We're in this phase where we're creating these systems and we're a part of it. We're a legacy company and we're not even 10 years old yet. So this is still a very new company in its infancy. So you are here at a really great time. So you just have to hang on. Way to leave us hanging, Jen. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. No, there's really no big secrets. I kid. Just some really exciting things. So, okay, what I wanted to tell you or kind of talk to you about. So before we all sat down around the table, actually Nikki wasn't there yet, so I don't want you to, I'm not skipping her. She had flown in a little bit later. Her kids, her twins' birthday parties were Sunday afternoon, so she wasn't there for this part. But before we started our meetings, we sat around the table, and the girls on the Rank Up Roadmap team, Jessica Heffley, Sarah Taylor, Rhonda Shaw, Emily Fennell, Erin Zimmerman, myself, and Nikki. And we sat around the table, and Sarah Bjorgard asked us to introduce ourselves and answer this question. And I took some notes down on what the girls said, and I just wanted to share with you their answers because I think that you might find it valuable. I did. Anyway, so the question was, what have you done to contribute to your success that is duplicatable? So Jessica Heffley, I'm going to start with her because she was the first one. And she said that she has always made, not just for herself, but for her team, that personal growth and development and mindset has always been a huge part of her team and her training. It's always been a priority. And I don't know how much you know about Jessica Heffley, but she is probably going to win one of those Musha K spots. The girl is rocking her business. And from the very beginning, personal growth and development and mindset has been a priority for her team. And, you know, like I said, I'm coming up on 5 years, and I've learned a lot over the 5 years. I didn't start out, I didn't even know what personal growth was, you guys. I didn't know anything about mindset. I didn't know this stuff. And I did a Facebook Live for a team earlier today, and they said, and one of the girls asked the question, what would you tell yourself as a brand new silver? And I had to think about it for a second, but that's what I said. I would say, start right now making personal growth and development a priority. So when we were doing our like brainstorm sessions for Rank Up Roadmap, we had these like sticky papers all over the room. And we had already brainstormed and come up with a lot of the content. So we were taking what we had done and putting it on and on sheets, and, you know, Sarah, and talking to her. And one of the concepts of Rank Up Roadmap, and if you're at Super Saturday, you may have heard us talk about this, or maybe at Leaders Retreat, but there's this pie chart concept. And it's the way we want to structure Rank Up Roadmap so that you've got 3 pieces of the pie. There's always going to be 3 pieces of the pie, and all of the content is going to fit into one of these pieces. The first one is business, build your business. The second one is build yourself. The third one is build your team. So build yourself would include building your own belief in yourself and the company and the products, and personal growth and leadership development. That's all part of build yourself. Well, the concept is all the content that we have will fit into one of these pieces of the pie. And we want to show visually that through an ambassador's journey, those pieces of pie kind of change and alter as you rank up through the Plexus compensation plan. So, but one of the things we were trying to see, okay, what are the percentages of the pie, if you will? And we decided that we were really struggling with that personal growth pie, the build yourself, because we were like, it's always should be important. It's always should be important. We didn't ever want to decrease what was happening in that build yourself. So we ended up saying, okay, we are going to keep it constant all the way through, because it's a priority right from the start all the way to the end. And you may have heard the saying, network marketing is personal growth with a compensation plan. And we want to show, and if someone comes in and they get through Plexus and they get through some of this training, if they end up leaving Plexus, but one thing they took away from Plexus is the importance of personal growth, and they continue growing as a person, it's going to affect all their relationships. It's going to affect their lives. It's going to affect their children for generations to come. So we were super excited about coming to that conclusion that we wanted to make sure personal growth and development was a priority right from the start, and that we are teaching that early on, and then it stays a constant all the way through the Rank Up Roadmap. Okay, so Jessica Heffley, that was what she said about, remember the question is, what do you contribute your success to that is duplicatable? Or what have you done that has contributed to your success that's been duplicatable, or that is duplicatable? So Rhonda Shaw, she also said personal growth, and I just went through all that. So I'm not gonna, keep going on that. But she also said commitment. And we've said, commitment, a lot of people think, well, I'll commit when I see success. And it's just completely the opposite. The success comes after that commitment. And so she's worked with her team to say it takes this level of commitment to achieve the success, and getting her team, her ambassadors, even the wholesale ambassadors, to be committed even to the products. Emily Fennell, Emily Fennell, I don't know how much you know about Emily, but she has really, and she's brought this to a lot of different teams through her welcome calls and her welcome video. She has a very short welcome video that she sends, and these are for, and she wants to duplicate this down. Remember, this is duplicatable, so this isn't, her welcome video isn't going to everybody in her downline. Her level ones send her welcome video to their level ones. And then after they watch the video, they get on a really quick call, 10 to 15 minutes, and that connects Emily to her level twos. And so that process duplicates down, and everybody's connected and drawn in to that community and drawn in and connected to their upline. That helps build belief right from the start. And Emily says that has been such an important factor in her success, that has duplicated down. Sarah Taylor, who I know you're kind of sidelines with. I loved what Sarah Taylor said. She talks about helping people get the best testimony and the best check right from the start. So you may have already heard this from her, since you're kind of share the same upline. But I love this. And I have another ambassador. Her name is Monica Paddock. She's a senior Ruby. And she says, she calls this taste the magic. Get your ambassadors to taste the magic. Our goal is to get them to fall in love with Plexus, fall in love with the Plexus products, fall in love with the Plexus business. And that is through getting them the best testimony and or the best check if they're working the business. Or if they're just a customer, get people to have the best testimony. That will build a solid team. If we're bringing people in and not getting them to understand how to take Plexus products, if we're just like signing them up and leaving them, they're already on their way out the door. We're building a house of cards that way. So getting people in and really getting them to understand the value of Plexus products. And then if they are going for the business at all, getting them a paycheck. I mean, $100 paycheck. I mean, I've got people that have been like, they got a paycheck for $20. They're like, I don't know how that happened. Well, I didn't do anything. Yeah, it can be a whole lot more. You want me to show you how? Yeah, let's do it. So I love that from Sarah Taylor. Another thing that Sarah Taylor said is that she's always made creating her team culture a priority. So, and team culture is, how I said, people come in, they want to feel like they're a part of something. So when you have a team culture that's fun and belonging, and you feel like you're helping people, that it's something that's more than just, I have a website and I can buy products cheaper and occasionally I make a Facebook post. No, I'm a part of a better cause, that we're moving forward together. It's us. So I love that from Sarah Taylor as well. So I'm gonna end with I'm gonna tell you mine, what I shared, and then Erin Zimmerman, because I want to talk a little bit elaborate on what Erin said. So what I answered to that question was working with intention. Treating this like a business right from the start. I love to work in my nooks and crannies. I work in my nooks and crannies all the time, and I have from the beginning. But I've also worked with intention and focus, whether that's a 20-minute time that I have to work that day, or in the beginning, I would come home, get my daughter fed, bathed, into bed, and instead of watching TV, I went to work. And I spent every single night 1 to 2 hours working on my business in those early times. And I was not making enough money at that time to work. I mean, 10 hours a week, what's that, 40 hours a month, $500. And you're like, well, it's not quite worth it. It was worth it. Look at what it's created. You're putting time and effort in now to something that will grow, and creating that leverage. So working with intention, treating it like a business, setting aside that time. I also said that commitment and consistency. So Erin Zimmerman, she's one of my best friends from college, and this didn't surprise me that she said this, but she said consistency, that her team can almost, like, it's like clockwork. They know when she's going to be working her business in the morning because she has her routine. So now I want to talk about a routine, because this has been sort of hot and heavy for me and lately. And the reason why is because of I've been in a very okay, so my visual here is like a pendulum, okay? So over here you've got routine, consistency, DMO. You are setting aside time for your priorities, for your quiet time, your prayer time, your personal growth time, your working your business, wherever that fits in during your day, your exercise, your work day, because you got to fit it all in. You've got your time at home with the kids, helping them with homework. You're sacrificing some things to make all these happen and to make sure all these priorities are happening every day. So I've lived here on this side. When I'm here in routine, in DMO, and John Maxwell says, the secret of your success is found in your daily routine. So I've been here, and it's so true, and I've experienced that because I'm effective, I'm productive, I'm efficient in my business, my family's in harmony. My husband and I we're doing good because he knows when he can count on me. We've got our time. Amber says that, she from her outside looking in, I've got good balance. And most of the time I do. And like Alec Clark, our CEO or president says, sometimes I'm out of balance. I am sometimes out of balance too. But when I'm here, life is good. Everything's in harmony. When I'm on this other side and I'm reacting all day to everything else coming at me, everything is in disarray. I'm not productive. I'm not effective. I'm stressed. I have anxiety. I'm snapping at my husband. He's like, what's wrong with you? Who are you? I don't know who you are because I thought you were nice and you're really not. It is not the way to work a business, is outside of a routine. And I've been kind of in here, but I've been living here and I'm being very vulnerable right now. I've been living on this side, with last year was crazy, just having a new baby, building a house, moving across country, living in an apartment, losing my assistant, and my sister was helping me with my kids, losing all of that. Made it for a really hard season of my life. And I had been here and I just showed you my office, and I'm starting to get my life back and my organization back. And I'm starting to make that shift back over here, and it's bliss and it's effective and it's efficient and there's harmony in my home, when I'm over here. So I just wanted to elaborate on that, what Erin said, her consistency and her routine, and because that's been heavy on me right now, just because of where I've been. I've been both places, and I don't want to live here anymore. So I'm super excited to be swinging back to the other side. So, well, that's what I have for you guys. If anybody has any questions, I don't know how much time we have.
Yeah, guys, let's do a couple questions. Jen, I love that because the color personality thing, like majority of it is blue for me. And so I typically am like a fly by the seat of my pants kind of person. But I've realized like this business and everything, I've had routine is my saving grace, and I'm the same way. When I'm in routine, I feel like everything's going well. When I'm not, it's just like you don't even know where to start. So I love that. Love it. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Feel free to use the chat, guys. We'll just take a couple minutes, or you can unmute yourselves. I know you guys probably have some good questions. And thanks for sharing your behind the scenes at corporate. I'm excited. I'm like asking if you guys have questions, then I keep talking. But that's what I love about this company. I think like everything is such a learning opportunity because we are such a brand new, like emerging legacy company. Like this is amazing to be at the forefront of it. It's not always going to be pretty, but it's going to be worth it, you know, and to know that 30 years from now, we'll look back on this and our kids are going to have something that they get to be really proud of. That's super exciting. So stick with it long term, guys. All right, questions.
I got a question. All right, so I think I was supposed to be on this call tonight because you totally just spoke to my heart because that's exactly where I'm feeling. So my question is, how are you getting back to your harmony? Like, what are some tips for you? I mean, because obviously we can't jump back all in at once. I mean, what are you doing step by step? Can you give us some advice maybe?
Yeah. Well, part of my routine is starting to wake up early again. And that one of the reasons why I've been slow to swing back, and this is just me personally, Rex started waking up in the middle of the night again. And so I was having a really hard time getting up early. And when she was waking up in the middle of the night, but I'm pushing myself to just do that. I got up this morning to start that. And I'm like, okay, if I can make it happen, then I'll go to bed earlier. I can do this. And this is just a season for Breck. So this is going to be a hard season. So that's the first thing that I have to do is like look at my day. And, you know, we talk about time blocking. I can't really time block my week very well because I don't know exactly how my week's going to look. I have to look at my day by day to be like, okay, where is my 2 to 3 hour time block that I'm going to work my business going to fit in today? But I know my biggest thing is if I don't make it up in the morning and get ahead of my day with my kids, if my kids wake me up and I'm behind the day, I'm done. I can't ever get back to it. So then I'm reacting to them all day. And I'm also like something about I don't know if it's it gives me anxiety. But whenever I'm up before them and I get my quiet time in, and they come greet me and I'm done with my quiet time and my prayer and even some personal growth, then I'm like, sure, come on, let's do this. Let's get ready for the day. So that's my first tip is just as hard as it can be, force yourself to get up. So whoever you get to address you in the morning and you get to do that. And like I said, I know it's hard. The other thing is just that like day before, or maybe you can time block 2 days out, but really plan through your day and give yourself enough more time than you think something takes. If you think something should only take 30 minutes, you need to plan it 5 minutes and time block that day so that whenever you come to and you're like, okay, I'm in my 1 hour that I can work my Plexus business today. And in that hour, you need to be, I wish I had my spreadsheet and my schedule. I don't have it here handy, but in that 1 hour, I want you to put what are the most important things. And the most important thing is I know you know it's IPA. That has to come first. I had a lunch with a team member yesterday, and I wrote out her DMO for her. That she says she has 2 hours a day to work her business while her kids are at school. And I said, this part, scrolling Facebook and engaging and connecting is important. It has to come last.
Yeah.
It has to come last because when it goes first, the main thing, the important thing doesn't happen. But I kind of rambled there, but in making my switch, I'm turning back. And so I have a lot of house stuff, as you saw, that I'm still trying to do. So I'm not giving myself, I would love to just spend all of my DMO time just getting my house ready, but I can't. So I'm going to do a little bit of that and then my work. And then once I'm done with all that, then I'm going to get back to my full on DMO. But I'm telling you that waking up early and being ahead of your day is just, that makes all the difference in the world for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. So good.
Hello, my friend Jen. So I have a question that goes right along with that. It's Tristan, by the way. Can you guys see me?
Hi, Tristan.
You're in your dark little corner.
I know. My one little lamp is on.
You're whispering.
Okay, so along those same lines, so like a lot of the people on our team specifically are still working full-time jobs, and we have a lot of farmer wives on our team, and that kind of thing. So for me, I don't ever have a straight hour. What is your opinion on breaking it up? That's how I've always worked my business, is breaking it up into 10 and 15-minute increments. Is that something that you have seen as effective, or is that something that I need to, get rid of the excuses, pull up my big girl pants and make work?
No, I don't think that you can do the 10 to 15 minutes and break it up. You absolutely can. The only thing is one of your 15-minute chunks needs to be full on IPA. What I find is sometimes you're responding to messages or you're posting on Facebook, you get caught scrolling, and those 15-minute chunks are then gone. So as long as you pull one of your 15-minute chunks, and it's like my 15-minute chunk, when I go to pick up my kids and I'm going to get there 15 minutes early and I'm going to sit in the parking lot for 15 minutes and that's when I'm going to do my IPA and that's all I'm going to do. No, you can absolutely break it up. I think it's important to not, just even if you have 15 minutes of focus time and you can do your IPA then, perfect. Then your other nooks and crannies in 15 minutes you can use for your scrolling Facebook, listening to audios, YouTube, training videos. You can use those. But I think the point I'm driving home, and this, is keep the main thing, and that IPA is what's going to move your business forward. So don't spin your wheels doing all the other stuff when that doesn't get done.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
And I just want to share real quick, like a little tip that helps me, because sometimes for me it's hard switching from one thing to another. I don't know, maybe I'm like lacking sleep or something. But what works for me is knowing what I'm going to do certain days of the week. So for instance, Fridays, Obi works from home typically. So those aren't great days for me to like be voice messaging and stuff. Just because like he and I are like always going to be like in similar areas of the house probably. So, but those are days like where I can send samples. Like he can go to the post office for me because I hate the post office. Those are like my admin days where I send welcome emails to anyone on our team that joined that week. So I'm like front loading the week with like messaging and reaching out and following up. And then like certain days of the week, I know are going to be like less of that because I already did a lot of that at the beginning of the week. Does that make sense? Because my brain works better with like, okay, I got this task done. Now the next day I can focus on whatever else. And then you're always answering messages throughout the week because the day you reach out to people, they might reach out 5 days later. So you're always going to be messaging. But sweet. Does anyone else have a quick question for Jen?
Is everybody registered for convention?
Ooh, what's that?
Is everybody registered for convention? I'm looking for some nods.
Yes. I think we've got a good group going. Tristan, did you say something?
I said, when are you going to be double diamond?
Woo, woo.
I don't know. Hopefully this year. I'm not sure. I was on track to hit it last August, and then like many of us, I think things started going a different direction. And we had some challenges with the whole fraud filters. So I don't know. I hope I'll be back on track soon.
Diamond Sapphire. I mean, it's a rough life.
Right. We're not complaining.
I just got this, got it all. I'm telling you, like this today, like do you see?
Aw, those are so pretty.
got my things.
Oh,
Just pulled them out of the box.
I need sapphire because blue's my color. Green is so not a good color for me. Let's do this thing.
I think green is a wonderful color, and I'm thinking a lot of you are probably like, I'd love the green. That'll that'll work for me.
Yes, they can take my green, and I'll take the blue. So fun. Well, Jen, thank you so much for your, just being willing and able to jump on and pour into our team. I know that we just love you and look up to you, and this was such a blessing for all of us to hear your heart tonight. Oh, Tristan, thank you. I'm slacking. She said picture.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Oh, yeah, go for it, Casey.
Any tips or insight, anything exciting for a convention that you can spill?
It's in Vegas.
Entertainment?
We might get to see what the new back office looks like a little bit.
Ooh, fancy.
That's the hope. So we may get a glimpse of that. The convention entertainer will be announced soon, and I'm super excited about that. I can't tell you who. I just learned today, and I was Alec, but he said, which I thought was cool. He said, we're one of the only companies that I know of that doesn't need to get some big headliner just to sell out their convention registration. So he said, we'll sell out before we even announce who's coming. So I think that's really neat.
That is cool. I'm such a blue. I just can't wait to hear where the next event is. I'm like, where's Leaders Retreat? I want to know.
Yeah, I wish I knew. I know. I hope it's Nashville, but I don't know what it will be.
That's what I'm hoping.
Nashville.
That's what I'm hoping. How far is Nashville from you? Are you you're right there, right?
Downtown Nashville is about 45 minutes. We're about 45 minutes south of downtown Nashville.
Are you in Franklin?
Just south of Franklin, yes.
Okay, cool.
Leapers Fork is the little town that's outside of South Franklin. So.
Gotcha. Fun. Okay, well, let's get a picture real quick, guys. Ready? Show your faces if you want to be seen. Actually, make sure my phone works. Okay. All right, ready, set, cheese. Okay, I hope it worked. Okay, good. I have to take pictures through Instagram now because I have no space on my phone anymore. So it's one shot and you're done. But